that we say happy holidays. And it's not just because it's the common courtesy, nice thing to do, but it's also a little bit of a reminder that there's an alternative to being happy for the holiday season.
At the Dental MVP, we use science to teach people skills to you, the dental professionals. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel, the Dental MVP, and do not forget to hit the bell so you never miss out. The fire burning, the snow falling, the smell of Christmas trees, the smell of the Christmas cookies when they come out of the oven and you just sneak one quickly off of the hot burning pan. There are so many amazing holiday memories that I love to sit and think about.
But then I'm sure there's some not so lovely memories.
This is true.
Cotton-headed ninny muggins.
Yeah, those are the memories that we're talking about, the not so pleasant one. So these are the things that we know are coming our way and coming our way fast, and these things take up a lot of space and energy with us.
Even if you're like me and you're really excited for the holidays, even excitement takes up a lot of space, right? I've got my to-do list. I've got the presents that I need to buy, the people I need to buy for, the things I need to cook, and that is kind of playing over and over and over again in my brain. So it's taking up a lot of that mental space right now. So even though I'm super excited, my brain capacity is a little bit smaller, a little bit shorter right now.
The bandwidth is stretched.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
That's exactly what it is. So what we want you to realize is that this time of year, as much as things can be really happy and exciting, everyone is stretched a little more thin. And with that, we might start to see some behaviors from our patients and our team members that we don't typically see other times of the year.
Yeah, we have to face it. People get a little bit crazy around this time of year. Black Friday is tomorrow, so
you know, they pull the hair for the one last toy. You never see those stories.
I know, it's like people unleashed around this time of year. So what we want to talk about is some tips and tricks for just ensuring that we're interacting and making sure that we are being proactive in the way that we're interacting. When we're talking about people being stressed around the holidays, what is this going to look like in the practice? So we're talking about the patients that are coming in. They just drove through a snowstorm. They don't have their tires on yet. They're thinking about Christmas shopping and the in-laws and the family visiting. Their long to-do list, so they are just stressed out. Maybe they're short-tempered and frustrated with us at the front. Maybe it's a team member that just has a really hard time around the holidays as well. Maybe they're short-tempered or they've had a long night or have a lot to do. So this presents in a lot of different ways in the practice, and we want to make sure that we're prepared for interacting with these people and making sure that we are being empathetic and really working the best that we can with them.
Also acknowledging the fact that we might get a lot more no's this time of year than we normally do. And a lot of us say like, oh, you know, we understand it's the holiday season, people are spending a lot of money, this is why a lot of individuals don't move forward with their treatment. Is that true, or could it actually be the fact that that bandwidth is just so limited that they don't even have that brain mentality to be able to take in the information that we have to offer them and to be able to accept treatment right now? Or they're just so focused on all the other things that they have to do that this is just not something that they can focus on. It's being more aware of the mindset that people are walking into in the practice right now during the holiday season than any other time of the year. Mindset, we have a video on mindset, and mindset typically is something that is created and it's something that travels through us throughout our life. However, there's kind of those short-term mindsets that are situational as well. And this is that situational mindset that we want to be fully aware of and how our patients and our team members are walking into the practice right now.
So we say happy holidays because we want people to have happy holidays, but the fact is that around the holiday season, it's a time where people are actually sad. There's a lot of sadness that occurs because people may be reflecting on people that they've lost or frustrating things that are going to be coming up. So for everyone, it's not the happiest time of year.
Yes.
So we really have to be mindful of that.
We say extend empathy this time of year is really important because if you have a patient coming in and you say, hey, what are your Thanksgiving plans? And they just kind of retreat a little bit and they're like, no, I don't have any plans this year. You need to know that that's probably because they don't have good holiday plans, or this might not be their most favorite time of year. We want to make sure that we understand that not everyone is going to be enjoying the holidays the way that we do. And while some people might be very open and going into their sad stories about why they don't enjoy the holidays, other people can be much more humble and much more quiet about it. But we want to be very aware of their body language, their tone of voice, and the things that they say so that we can ensure that our patients are still having a positive experience at the practice, that we can have those positive conversations and help them still move forward with their treatment plan and needs during the holiday season.
The second tip is going to be to respond, but don't react. In stressful situations, our knee-jerk reaction is to react instantly. So we may have a patient that has been waiting for their hygienist to come out, and they walk up to us and are like, hey, when are they going to be ready? I've been waiting here forever.
And they were early.
Of course.
Yeah.
And knee-jerk reaction with their tone is to instantly become offended and get frustrated with it and to react in the same tone, but really ensuring that we're pausing and we're responding. So just simply being empathetic and saying, I apologize, your hygienist is running behind. Is there somewhere that you had to be by a certain time that you need to get out of here by? And just trying to be aware of what it is that's going on, but try not to react impulsively.
Tip number 3 during this stressful time is to focus on the positive. Focus on the good as much as you can. In the situations where an individual, you say, hey, are you excited for the holidays? And they say, no, I hate the holidays. Don't go down that rabbit hole, right? We want to make sure that we are always uplifting our individuals, our team members, and our patients, and whoever we're communicating with so that we're staying in the positive. We have great tips and tricks on this in our small talk conversations, but basically it's just a matter of saying, well, which holidays do you love? Or is there anything about the holidays that you really do enjoy? Making sure to kind of bring them up into that positive state of mind and keep the appointment as much as possible in that positivity.
Tip number 4 is to validate. Now, validate does not mean agree. If we go back to the example of a hygienist running late, if the patient comes up and says, I'm in a rush and I really need to get out of here, she's running behind, it's really rude, we don't have to say, yes, she is running late and it is really rude.
Don't
But
say
you
that.
can validate. So you can respond to them by saying, I'm sorry that there's been a wait. It seems like your schedule is really busy today. Is there a certain time that you needed to be out of here by to see if we're able to accommodate?
Yeah, ask questions and try to understand a little bit more as far as where they're coming from. Allow their emotions to exist and be their emotions. We don't have to agree with them and say, I totally agree with you. Those are my emotions as well. Just allow it to exist and validate it for them. Tip number 5, when all else fails, just laugh. Having laughter can really bring up that positivity within the practice. Try to find something that you can enjoy together, something that you can comment and laugh about together. Even just laughing in the hallway, creating that atmosphere of laughter and happiness is really going to help kind of drag people out of the dumps a little bit more.
It's hard to be angry around someone who is really lighthearted. Tip number 6, recognize that everyone has the same common needs. So we all want to feel loved, cared for, valued, and appreciated. It is important that during this time where there are lots of emotions, lots of high stress things going on, that we are not alienating people. Now, when we're talking about alienating, this could be our patients. So that patient that came in and is just already frustrated and angry about how their day is going, and we just happen to be someone that is in their path, or maybe a team member that we work with. So I'm sure that there has been someone within the practice where you've said, hey, just don't even bother talking to Sue today. She is having a rough day. Would not do it.
So lightheartedly, but we do this so much. I think it's almost easier for us to alienate everyone than it is to confront the situation and to help people to feel happier and to de-escalate the situation. So all the time, right, we'll be like, don't talk to the doctor today. He's having a bad day. Or don't talk to Sue. She came in on the wrong side of the bed. We say it all the time, and we might say it lightheartedly, but the reality is that by alienating somebody, it doesn't help the situation at all. If anything, it escalates it even more. If I'm in a really bad mood and all of you are avoiding me, I just have even more reasons to be angry that day.
Yeah, you feel like nobody likes you, nobody cares about
Nobody's
what's
even
going
helping
on.
me. No one's even coming into my room. They're helping everyone else. you will find ways to get even more irritated. And the same thing's going to happen to the patient who comes in a bad mood, goes in the corner, and then we all ignore that patient and like stay away from them instead of giving them a little bit more love, a little bit more courtesy, a little bit more empathy, and helping to bring them up.
Yeah, and it does not have to be this big, huge conversation that occurs. So we're just talking about the holiday season, stressful things going on, lots of stuff happening. It really is a matter of just pausing and maybe like just spotting the emotions that you're seeing. So even if you said, hey, Sue, it seems like you're really stressed out today. Is there any way that I can help you? Mm-hmm. Like a lot of times just bringing a degree of attention to it helps to either have someone kind of pause and recognize their own emotions, or at least have that feeling that they're being recognized and that someone is there to help, and it turns their day around a bit.
It's so true. How often are you in a bad mood and it takes you a while to even realize it, right? Like just sometimes you're in the regular daily motion and things might be bothering you and you're acting a little bit more abrupt than normally. And when someone goes like, hey, are you okay? Like, you seem like you're having a hard time today. You're instantly like, whoa, what? I am?
Oh, gosh, you felt that too?
Like, woo, didn't realize everyone could see it. So a lot of times it's really important to allow people to know that you see the stresses that they're under, or that they might just be reacting a little bit differently than they normally do. We don't have to have a whole sit-down conversation with them and go super intense. We want to be able to call it out and help people move past the emotions that they're feeling. And lastly, we always want to make sure that we also move past this, right? So we cannot drag this on. We want to make sure that we're giving forgiveness.
It is really important. So I know that there's those patients that will walk into this day and like maybe 6 years ago they had a bad day when they came into the practice, and you'll hear people be like, I don't like that person because I remember this one time they came in and they were so grumpy towards me. It's like, gosh, I really hope that like someone would forgive me after 6 years. I feel like there was something, because we have no idea what happened on that day, what was going on. It really falls down to being empathetic, recognizing the emotions that others are feeling, and just offering a helping hand to turn someone's day around.
Now, don't worry, if you actually do have to have that real conflict conversation, we do have a video on that. So feel free to reference that if you got to have that sit-down conflict conversation. But what we're talking about in this video is that the holiday season is just stressful, and everyone is going to be on a shorter fuse than normal. And we just need to be consciously aware of that. So help your team members to be more aware of that the patients might be more stressed, that each other might be more stressed, and that we want to be a little bit more empathetic to that, because everyone has different situations that they go through in the holiday season, and we want to ensure that we can actually say, have a happy holiday, and we're helping them to have a happy holiday.
Remember these tips and tricks tomorrow when you're standing in line for Black Friday and you might be running into some not so nice individuals.
That's true.
Don't forget to leave a comment, like, and don't forget to subscribe to the Dental MVP.